Yo, what's up guys, it's Midas. Today I'm going to bring you guys a motion tracking tutorial. It's something that was highly requested from me. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is obviously have your cinematic. So you want to import your cinematic into whatever program you're using. First thing you're going to want to do is trim it down to like where you want it. So I want to just, because this cinematic's kind of long, so I'm going to trim it down like right here, or I'm going to start the cinematic off right there by pressing B. And I want the text to be on top of the van, so I'm just going to go to where like it just stops showing the van, like right there. And then you want to right click and trim comp to work area once you have it. After that, you're gonna want to render this out, and then once you render it, you're gonna want to import it back into After Effects, just the rendered file that you rendered it, this, whatever. So you want to import it back to After Effects. With that, make it a new comp, and then you should have the new cinematic or whatever you trimmed of it. And then you want to add it to the render queue. And you want to click on lossless, and you want to change the format to PNG sequence, and then click on the output too. You could do it to wherever you want. I usually like to do it to the desktop, but before you render, you're probably gonna want to make a new folder onto whatever you're rendering it to, so that way there's not a whole bunch of frames everywhere all over the place. So you want to click render. And then I already have everything rendered out and shit, so you want to click render, and then whenever it's done rendering, you should have a file. Should open up. Alright, you're gonna have a file that has just a shit ton of frames in it. Wow. So you're gonna want to open up Boujou now. Okay, so once Boujou is open, you're gonna want to click on import sequence and just look for the file that has this the frames in it. So mine's on the desktop. Folder name sequence, and then you want to click on the first frame, the very first photo, the first file. Click on open, and then you're gonna want to change the frame rate to whatever frame rate you rendered out to, the video file, not the PNGs, but the video file. Mine was on 59 at 94. I'd recommend rendering it to 59 at 94 at 60 frames per second, just because it looks the best and the smoothest. So yeah, you want to click apply. Now sometimes this will change, the frame rate will change back to 29.97. Just change it back to 59 or whatever works for you. So click close. And so here, this is the thing. This is the cinematic. And then once this is here, you're gonna want to track the features. Go to advanced. You just pump it up twice, so that way it has more points to track instead of just having less, so that's easier. So I usually have on the third to last tick, and then just press start and wait for it to finish. Sometimes it'll take a while, sometimes it'll take like a minute, but mine's gonna take about like 10 minutes because it's kind of long. So just wait for it to finish, and I'll be right back. Okay, so once it's all finished, you want to click on camera solve and optimize camera path smoothness. Yeah, and then you want to click start. This one should take a lot more, or be a lot more faster than the tracking features, whatever. Alright, so when that is done, you're gonna want to find where you're gonna motion track your text. So I'm obviously gonna motion track mine right on top of the van. When you're doing something like this, it might be a little hard because the background stuff that's gonna be motion tracked too. So you're gonna be looking at more points inside. See, look, like this point here, it's motion tracked into this like raid statue thingy right here. So it's gonna be kind of hard to find where the points are. Actually, it won't be that bad. I'll just do these two. So you're gonna click one point that you want, and then you want to hold down Control, and then want to click another point, like that. Ooh, before you do that, you want to click on Scene Geometry. My bad. Scene Geometry, add coordinate from hint, and then you want to change the type to x-axis. This is from like going from like left to right and stuff like that. You want to click connect to oops, shit. These two. Alright. You want to connect to select, and it should say 2 if you click 2. If it say 3, it should say 3. But you want to do that, and then you want to add another coordinate from hint. And then actually I'm not gonna do one because I'm just gonna be doing this, and like I'm not gonna be putting it on top of the van or anything. So I'm just gonna do X. If you want, you can do Y or Z. But if you're gonna do Y, usually if you do Y, it's gonna be like you're gonna be motion checking it on top of like next to a building. Like if I want it like up against this van, you can do this one and this one, and then you're gonna connect it. But if you're like motion tracking like to the ground, and the camera is moving like front or back or just like wherever, you want to motion track it. I mean, you want to put on the Z axis, and then you're gonna want to like make the points at an angle. Like if you put on a piece of paper on the ground, that's like how the road like lies. That makes any sense. But for this one, I'm just gonna be doing the x-axis. And if you click Scene Geometry, see shit. Sometimes shit like this happens, and it's an easy fix. Watch, I'll fix it. Just click on the ladybug and press delete. Go back into Scene Geometry. Yeah, go into Scene Geometry. I'll click on this one, and I'll click on this one. Oh, this shit, the same two, right? Yeah, I'll click on this one and this one, and then I'll connect it, and then I'm just gonna update it. This just refreshes the points. Alright, just gonna hit that a couple times. Close, add test object. Fail. I'm just gonna add the Y, because you can always move it in Cinema 4D. So I'm add a Y. Oh wait, shit. Yeah, that's not a good point. See what I almost did there? I almost messed up. That's a point. No, that is not a point. That's a point. And that's a point. Connect. Update. Close. Test object. There we go. So now just make sure it's not moving. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's moving. It's moving. Looks good. And then you want to hit export camera solve, export type to Cinema 4D. And then you want to change where the file goes. Just put on the desktop or wherever, I don't care. Save, and then you want to change the scale scene by, instead of 1, you change it to 100. Alright, make sure the settings is all good. Cinema 4D, blah blah blah, file name, destination, and then you want to click save. And then to be safe, we're gonna save this project file just in case if we need to make any changes. Save, close, save. Alright, now you should have this. It's a Cinema 4D file. Boujou should make it whenever you hit OK. and then just open up Cinema 4D. Alrighty, now that Cinema 4D is open, you're gonna hit this right here, the settings, and then you're gonna want to change the output to 1280 by 720, and then current frame to all frames, and then you want to change this to 59.94, 60 or 30, whatever your frame rate is. What the fuck? 94. The fuck? Oh. Let's close this right there. Alright. Save. Changes to QuickTime Movie. Alpha channel. File. Desktop. Bullshit. And then this is one of the most important effects you should have always on ambient occlusion. You always want to have that on, and global illumination. You always want to have these on. And then open up that Cinema 4D file that you created in Boujou. The desktop. Right here. Open it, and it should be a whole bunch of black dots everywhere. Yeah. There. And then next, what you want to do is you're going to want to double click, like in this box area, double click to create a new material, and then double click again on the material, and then you're going to want to click on this drop down arrow to load image. So texture, arrow, load image. And then you're just gonna find the sequence, the frames, so you can get the background for the text, so you can get the reflection. So what is that? I pass it. Yeah, right here. Click on the first one, open. Click no, and then you want to click on this right here, this long tab thingy right here. And then I'm going to click on animation and calculate. And the next what you're going to want to do is click on this, click on background and sky. And then you can just drag this onto your background. And then next you're going to want to copy this material by clicking control, holding control and dragging it to the right and just letting go, and then click on this material, and then you want to click on the drop down arrow on texture, copy the channel, go on luminance, check it, make sure it's checked, and then paste the channel. This is going to be like our light, the reflections that go on the text, like just the light. And then you want to right click on sky, Cinema 4D tags, and compositing. And then you want to click on compositing, and then uncheck scene by camera. So now you have the light. All you need now is the text. So MoGraph, mode text. And it's gonna be like flipped because the way the ladybug was in Boujou. Yeah, you can scale this down easily and fix it up. Let's just scale this down right away. Move it up. Rotate it. Make sure it doesn't look stupid. That looks good. Next, just click on text. I don't know why, it's just like a thing. I just like to even these out. I don't know why I like to do it. I just do. Alright. And then you're gonna change the font to whatever you want. I like to use this font called Revolution. I think it's pretty overused now, like typography, but I think it looks nicer than typography. Oh, alright. So here are all my fonts. I like to use Revolution. I think that's pretty nice. And then I'm just gonna fix this up a little bit. I'm just gonna put Midas. Oh shit. Midas. Now what you're gonna want to do is go to caps, change the start to fillet cap, or fillet cap, I'm sorry, and then end to fillet cap, and then you want to change the steps to 2 and steps to 2, both steps are 2, and then you can just mess with this to whatever looks the best. Nothing too big, like 1, I think 2 is a little bit too big, 1 might be a little bit too big, so you might want to go half of 1, which is 0.5, and then 0.5. Yeah, so you can just scale this down a little bit, or put that in. You can scale it down by changing the height, like that. There. Alright, now we're gonna move on to the textures. I just like to add white, like a white texture to my text. I think that looks pretty clean and nice. So I usually go to color. This is like on a already set on like a default gray. So change it to white, and then turn on luminance and reflection. On the reflection, turn that shit down like a lot. And then luminance, turn that down too. I just like it so that way this is kind of like a grayish, like this black hair is kind of grayish. Not like too white. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe turn down the reflection. There. And then put on the text, and then yeah. I'm gonna pause this real quick just in case. Actually, no. Alright, well, that looks good. That looks good. And then if you want to add some like rotation effects to it, like how I usually do on my edits, which I'll show you real quick. Where is it at? Fumes. On my Zachary edit, I kind of rotated the text. See that text is kind of like rotated like that. You can do that by click on MoText, go to MoGraph, Effector, and Random. I like to change the Gaussian, and then keyframe, go to all the way to 0, right click strength, animation, add keyframe, and probably about like right there. You're gonna want to right click, add keyframe. I messed up. Go back to 0, and then just change the strength to like 50 or 60 or whatever. And then if you scroll, our text is kind of rotated. Let's move this. Did I mess up? I think I messed up. Fuck. Hold on. Oh shit, I forgot to, okay. So 60, and then you want to right click again once you, like every time you make a change, you always want to add a keyframe once you, on that same, like where you want it to change to be. Because then it won't do the keyframe if you don't do that. And then so, here we go, like that. Maybe just a little bit sooner, so that way Doesn't look retarded whenever it's already looking at the text. Like that. Maybe you can add like a rotation to it, like this. Fuck, how do I rotate again? Oh. Rotate it like that. Add a keyframe. And the keyframe all the way back to the beginning. Where the fuck's the keyframe at? Beginning, and then make it like that. And keyframe again. There. Now it's kind of rotated, and it's rotating as the camera moves along. Bam. Nice. Nice. So we're about done. Well, we're pretty much done. I'm just gonna give it a quick preview. Shit, that looks like garbage. Hold on. Just change this to 1.5. 1. Hold on. Oh, that's why. So how I thought I turned that down. Alright, global illumination and ambient occlusion, make sure that's on. All my stuff like reset. What did I do? Alright. There we go. You always want to make sure that you have ambient occlusion and global illumination on. Always. Alright, so you can barely even see like the corners and stuff on the text. That's because the luminance is a little too high. So you want to turn that down a little bit. All the way to like right there. That should fix it. Also, I should have changed the caps, but let's see how this looks. The caps were like a little bit too like bulgy, like too big. See, now you can kind of see like the glows right here, like the corners and stuff. But I'm just gonna change this. Probably like 1.7. 0.7. I think that's it. Let me turn on the luminance real quick. All you really gotta do is just mess around and you'll pretty much get it. Actually, let's turn this up. Let's get a new frame so we get a different angle. That looks pretty nice. Actually, it looks a little bit too big, the text. Scale that shit down a little bit. Let's move it back. Yeah. I think that should be good. I think the reflection is a little bit too much, but sorry, it's just tutorial. You can learn from it. If you want to change, because the text looks a little bit too close to each other, you can change that by clicking on Mode Text, Object, and changing the horizontal spacing like that. See if you want to do this, because the word presents, if you put Midas presents, that doesn't look good because they're not like even with each other from start to finish. Watch, look, presents. See, this one's so much longer than Midas. put this shit up, you can do this. Cause that kind of looks bad. Like you want to make it look like you want to make it look good. You want to make it look like that. Cause that's like, I don't know. You want to put a little bit more change into it. That looks kind of like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Make it a little small and spread these. Something like that. That looks pretty cool. Oh shit! I forgot about the keyframes. So the reason why it looks like this is because I have the keyframe set, and we could just set the keyframe, a keyframe right there. This all the way to the beginning, and set another keyframe right there, I guess. Put it up. I still think that texture is a little bit too bright. Pushing the luminance down more and the reflection down. Maybe change this a little bit more darker. See how it looks now. I already have like preset materials set, but I just want to show you guys how I do my materials instead of just adding them onto my text right away without showing them. That looks really bad. That looks really bad. Well, that's like basically what I do. That's like everything I do. Not exactly like this. Obviously looks better, but I mean, just like mess around with everything, and it'll look good. Also, to get like better angles without messing up the camera view of like this one, you can click on this little view model thing right here, and change the angles in these, and you can see from shit, I guess. I don't know. Oh fuck. Why isn't it working? Alright, whatever. Alright, let's get one more preview. Let's go from a different angle this time. I don't know why it looks like shit. Maybe try changing the font. Alright, there we go. That looks way much better because you can see kind of the sky colors, the bluish, the fucking the glows, the shades on the text. That looks kind of good. Obviously it doesn't look like I would use it in an episode or in it or anything, because this kind of looks like shit. I'm gonna delete this because the presents looks like perfect. I'm just gonna copy that and then put Midas on top. So Midas. This font's called Harabara. This is a pretty clean font. Alright, one last preview. I think this should be it for now. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Sometimes you just gotta change the font. Not every font looks good with like every cinematic. So that looks pretty good. Right here, like the sky and the text might be a little bit too bright, so they kind of blend in. But that can be like an easy fix with some ambient occlusion or glow or some shit like that to put in the background of the text. Also, I have a material pack that I use. I'll put it in the description for you guys to download. Shit, wrong pack. This pack has like chrome materials, and like it has really good materials in it. This isn't my pack, it's just someone that I downloaded it from. But I mean, it's pretty good. I'll give you a little preview of a chrome material. This one. That might be a little bit too chrome. That looks pretty cool, actually. I like the way that, like, the white, this like kind of like white, like bright on the sides, and this is like a darkish, reddish, orangish kind of color. I kind of like that. It looks pretty cool. Let's get one last render. Sorry for all the renders, but I don't know. Yeah, that actually looks kind of cool. That looks pretty cool. So I'll put this material pack down in the description. You guys can use it. It would look really nice if you would like blur the background out a bit and have that chrome text or that chrome material with the text on it. I think that would look really clean, really nice. So yeah, that's about it. Hope I helped you guys with any questions you guys had. Hope you guys can enjoy the material pack I provided you guys. Yeah, that's about it. Later.